What's up, everyone? Welcome to the Power Play with CJ. People have been asking me to do my mock draft. I posted it on Rant Sports, but I figured I might as well read it. Just FYI, I'm on Rant Sports. My writer name is Power Play CJ. So just go over there and check it out. But I get paid either way, so might as well double dip. First pick, Connor McDavid, Edmonton Oilers. That's as simple as a call as I'll make probably ever. Likewise, number 2, Buffalo Sabres, Jack Eichel. The 2 franchise centers go at the top, and both teams really do very well. We all know how I feel about both players, and my good friend Connor McDavid. I wish him nothing but the best. Number 3 pick. This is where it gets interesting. I have the Coyotes taking Hannafin. Most mock drafts have them taking Strome. I think Hannafin's potential as number 1 defenseman in the NHL is definitely worth investing that 3rd pick on if I'm Arizona. I love Strome's game. I'll get to him in a second, but I think back line of Hannafin and Oliver Ekman-Larsson could definitely help play the Coyotes back in contention in the Western Conference. So really a flip them. This was my toughest call to make, and I made when I did my first 15 pick mock draft a couple months ago. I said this is the toughest call I made in the draft was those 2. So I've seen them both play. I like them both as players. I think they're going to do some great things, but I think Arizona will make a good pick here with Hannafin. Likewise, I think Strome going to Toronto is definitely beneficial to both parties. Strome, is a local product. Ontario native, suburban Toronto guy. They've lacked a big number 1 center since Matt Sundin bolted town in 2008. So I think the local kid and McDavid's teammate from the Ariadas could definitely work some wonders up there in Toronto. 5th pick, Carolina Hurricanes. I got him taking Mitch Marner. Marner's offensive upside's off the charts. Still got to prove he can compete against bigger players. One of the smaller offensive dynamos, but I think he'll be a good fit in Carolina. I really don't have to say too much more than that. Number 6 pick, again, gets interesting. Matt Barzal to the Devils. Most mock drafts haven't taken Zacha. A few of them haven't taken Lawson Krause. They need some skill down the middle. Talking like pure, slick skill, and I think Barzal is the best fit for the team in that position right there. I think that again they need some finesse at center, and Barzal gives them just that. Number 7, Philadelphia Flyers. I don't take Werenski. Crouch is still on the board, and it's tough to say Philly isn't taking power forward, but I think Werenski's upside is a potential number 1 defenseman, and you look at what he did as a 17-year-old freshman at the University of Michigan. It was amazing and a big reason why he climbed up the rankings as the season went on, as far as I'm concerned. And I had him probably as a 10th player going into the draft. Number 8, Columbus Blue Jackets, Krause. I just think a guy like that with that kind of offensive repertoire, that size, and with that kind of skill, that's good fit there. And again, he plays on the penalty kill. Good defensive player, can really play in all situations and do some great things. Number 9, San Jose, Provorov. If Werenski's still on the board, they take him. If Krause's still on the board, they take him. But I think Provorov's upside offensively is good enough to really help kickstart this San Jose rebuild that is they don't want to have last a whole long time. Number 10, Colorado Avalanche, Pavel Zacha. You need a big center to compete out west. Zacha's just that. I think he'll continue to grow and get better. Florida Panthers, Mikko Rantanen. Don't have to say a whole lot. Good winger. They need depth on the wings in the organization. He can do just that. Dallas Stars, I got him taking Kyle Connor, who really dominated the USHL circuit this year. Going to Michigan, he'll play in the NCAA for a while, and then go from there obviously. But again, I like his game, plain and simple, and I think he'll be a good fit with Dallas. LA, Nick Merkley, Kelowna. I think he fits the Kings system perfectly. If you watched him play, he's exactly what they want in their forwards. Not the biggest guy, but good offensive repertoire. A little more sandpaper than he gets credit for. So again, I think he's a good fit. Number 14, the Boston Bruins, Evgeny Shvetnikov. Cape Breton, the Russian winger, is really just got an amazing offensive repertoire, and the ability to add him at that 14th pick, especially with the Bruins undergoing that mini transition into going more skill than power, and I think Shvetnikov has power in his game, but I think his skill set is definitely meshes with the Bruins, what they're trying to do. Calgary, Timo Meier. I love what his slickness offensively. You look at a team that already has Sean Monahan and Johnny Gaudreau. Add this kid to the mix, and you really get a fun team to watch down the line. This is when it gets interesting. I'm going to say that about 15 times, so it gets old. But Edmonton, the 16th pick, their second pick, the pick they acquired in the David Perron trade. I got them taking Killington, the Swedish defenseman. Really fell as the year went on, but I think his upside is good enough that you draft the franchise center with the number 1 pick. Might as well try to draft a top 4 defenseman with that 16th pick. 17, Winnipeg, Paul Bittner. They love Minnesota natives in Winnipeg. Obviously, Blake Wheeler, Dustin Bufflin, and they've been drafting off Portland a lot in recent years. Namely, Nick Patan, Chase Delio, guys like that. So Eric Confer's Tri-City. Moron. But I think Bittner fits both those criteria. Power forward, a deep farm system gets even deeper, and I think he'll do some great things. Number 18, Ottawa. I got him taking the hometown kid, Travis Konecny out of the 67s. Really slick offensive skill set, very, very high upside. Could very well go higher than this, but I think if Ottawa has a chance to draft a kid that plays right down the road, they'd hop at that opportunity. Number 19. Detroit Red Wings, Jacob Zaboral, defenseman, St. John Sea Dogs. The Wings need some depth on D in the organization. Zaboral gives them that. They got a possible, big-time center in Dylan Larkin, so they might as well try to fill in the rest of the pieces around the board. So definitely something to keep an eye on. Number 20, Minnesota Wild, Jeremy Bracco. Smaller kid, could very well slip to the second round. I don't think you should. I think Minnesota should draft him right here. His skill set is well worth that 20th pick, and he makes up for his size. Buffalo, Thomas Chabot with that, Zaboral's teammate in St. John, good defenseman. Same logic with Edmonton drafting Killington. You look at the drafting that number 1 center early, grab a defenseman later on. You're in good shape. What more do you want? Number 22, Washington Capitals, Colin White out of Hanover, Massachusetts, taking his talents to Boston College next year. I think down the line he could be the perfect second-line center in Washington, and that two-way game will only get better at Boston College, and he will do some great things for Jerry York and the Eagles. It's like 90 degrees. I feel like Patrick Ewing right now. 23, Vancouver Canucks, Jeremy Roy out of Sherbrooke, defenseman. They got Bo Horvat, they got Virtanen, they got some really good young forwards in the organization. The ability to draft, a really good young defenseman that can move the puck very well. You're going to jump at that opportunity every single time, so I'd definitely do it. Number 24, Toronto Maple Leafs, Brandon Carlo, friend of the show. Big, massive defenseman. Again, you're drafting a big center, might as well get a defenseman on the back end to make those goals stand up. I think him and Morgan Riley as a pairing would be interesting down the line. Riley can do his thing, skate the puck out of danger, create offensively, and Carlo can stay home and play his game and use this 6'5" frame effectively to disrupt posting players. Number 25, Jansen Harkins out of St. John, out of Prince George. John, what's the difference? Again, they're adding to a great farm system. I think Harkins could go higher as well. And I think he'll continue to grow next year in the dub, and be a big part of Winnipeg's future going forward. A very bright future, I might add, in Winnipeg. Number 26, the Montreal Canadiens, Daniel Sprong, the Flying Dutchman. Really great offensive player. Again, could be off the boards earlier, so I think Montreal gets a steal here. I think they could definitely go for some depth forward in the organization, and I think Sprong's upside is definitely worth that 26. Pick 27, Anaheim, Brock Brozer out of the Waterloo Blackhawks, taking Sounds to North Dakota next year. Big winger with a great shot. You let him hone his talents in the NCAA for a couple of years, and then you see what you got there. Anaheim. Not my best day today, guys. There's no need to rush prospects. They got a great team right now, and letting him play his college hockey and get better. Bodes well for the Ducks' chances going forward. in terms of really keeping that deep farm system stocked to the high heavens. Number 28, the Tampa Bay Lightning. Nick Rousseau out of Chicoutimi. Again, big center. You need one of those to compete. I think having him in the fold for Tampa will be good. They're on a team they get a great team now. They get a great farm system, much like Anaheim. So adding him to the mix will definitely work wonders for them. Almost to the end, guys. Philadelphia Flyers with the pick they acquired from the Lightning and the Coburn deal. I got them going with the upside. Alex Derkachev, big center. Again, you roll the dice on the upside. It doesn't work out. But I think his game is definitely worth taking a flyer on. No pun intended. That late in the draft. That late in the first round. He's a big kid. Can play in all situations, and really played very well for Russia at WJC this past year. And then the final pick of the first round, the pick the Coyotes got from the Blackhawks in exchange for Vermette, Joel Eriksson Ek. Good creative forward. You add Hannafin, you get this kid with Domi, with Dvorak, guys like that on the line. You get the opportunity to compete and win a lot of hockey games going forward. So anyway, that's an episode of the Power Play with CJ on my mock first round. Stay tuned for episodes throughout the final, throughout the off season, and beyond. Later, guys.